What's good, nigga? Back with another video, and today we're doing a little something different because today we're doing my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025 because I've been meaning to do a top 10 of some kind, and I feel like movies is kind of what I'm more drawn to now, like as I've gotten older, like movies and TV shows. So yeah, I feel like I should do a top 10 for movies. I might do a top 10 for TV shows, 'cause I do want to watch a good bit of TV shows that are both animated and live action. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a top 10 for TV shows this year. But yes, before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, turn on post notifications so you know when I'm posting videos. For whenever I might end up making a top 10 for TV shows, but who knows. But let me know if you want that in the comments. But yeah, let's get into the top 10. And before we get into our top 10, I have 3 honorable mentions before we get into that. So for my first honorable mention, I have Sinners, and I think I have it at my honorable mention because it's not in my top 10 because I'm not really big into like vampire movies. Like I like Blade and like, stuff on the lines of that, but I'm not really a big vampire movie fan. But, Ryan Coogler is directing the movie and Michael B. Jordan is supposed to be in it starring, so it seems interesting. So I might end up watching it whenever. So for my second honorable mention, I have Tron Ares. That shit bright as fuck. But yeah, I have Tron Ares, and I have it on honorable mentions because I don't know if this movie's going to be good because I want it to be good because Tron, and I like the last Tron Legacy, but I know Jared Leto is supposed to be in this movie, and I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto's acting at all. Like, he is hands down the worst Joker we've ever gotten. He's anything I've seen him in, he's not been good. Morbius sucked. Like, I don't know. But I think he's supposed to be playing the villain. He's not supposed to be playing the main character. So who knows? Even then, I don't know if that's gonna be good though. But then my last honorable mention is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. And this is my last one because I'm actually planning on doing a Mission Impossible like binge of all the movies because I haven't watched any of them. And I was like, I think I was like at the first part of like the first movie. Like I got to like the first like 30 minutes into it, and I didn't really get that far. Not 30 minutes, but like for like the first 10, 15. But I didn't get that far, and I want to binge watch it. And I feel like once I get into the movies, I feel like I'll be more excited for the last one that's going to come out because it's called The Final Reckoning, which is indicates going to be the last one. But who knows? They could be like a Fast and Furious thing and be like, we're going to keep making the movies until nobody wants to. So, yeah, that's my honorable mentions, and hope you like them. And now on to my top 10. Starting at number 10, we got Captain America: Brave New World. This is at my top 10 because, one, I don't think this movie is going to be that good for 2 reasons. One reason is the reshoots. I feel like a lot of it's been like up in the air as to like what they changed and what they kept in. And I think what they're trying to push in is the Red Hulk stuff. So I don't know if it's going to all mesh well with like everything they want to do in the movie. And 2, I'm worried that people are not, like, I'm not really excited for Captain America as in like Sam Wilson's version, but I want to be because I like like him as the role. Like, I feel like Sam Wilson should be Captain America in live action, but I feel like you have to like get the audience on board. And I feel like the audience hasn't been on board with Sam Wilson's Captain America because Falcon Winter Soldier wasn't that well received. And, you know, people are just kind of just waiting until it gets rebooted anyway. So hopefully this movie's good. Probably going to end up seeing it because it's in my top 10. I feel like the top 10, each movie in my top 10 are movies that I'm probably going to see. So top 10 with starting with 10, this movie, I feel like I'm going to see probably because I want to see the Captain America and Red Hulk fight. And I want to see how he fares. It might not even be good. It might be honestly trash. But I want to see how that's going to do. And I want to see if they really actually do something with the whole big celestial thing in the side of Earth. Like, I don't know. It could be interesting, but it's in my top 10 because I'm just not that hyped for it. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that's at my upper, especially at my top 5, outclasses it, in my opinion. But yes, that's for 10, I have Captain America Brave New World. And for number 9, which is an interesting one for me because I'm not really into these type of movies, but I feel like it could be cool. We have F1. I'm excited for this movie because for 2 reasons, like the last one. I'm excited for this movie, one, because Damson Idris. Like, I recently binge watched all of Snowfall. I'm so glad I didn't get spoiled because that show was so good. And Damson Idris is a great actor, and I want to see him in more stuff. So I feel like it's a good start. And I feel like I haven't seen him in a movie, so I feel like it's my first movie role of Damson Idris. And one, Brad Pitt's in here, which, you know, Brad Pitt's a good actor. I watched him in Seven, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Fight Club, the usual suspects. And also, this movie is director of this movie is the same director that did Top Gun Maverick. And I actually got to see that movie in theaters just randomly because I watched it with my friend. And that movie was actually pretty good. And it actually, I feel like in that movie, it made you feel like you were in that, fighter pilot, with the niggas, flying them. It was really cool. So, and I watched the trailer for F1, and it gave me that feeling of, you feel like you're in the vehicle as it's moving. So I feel like I'm going to get that feeling of, being in a freaking hyper-powered rocket on wheels, just driving around this freaking racetrack. That's going to be cool. So, yeah, for my number 9, I have F1. And for my number 8 is a movie that I feel like it's going to be a fun movie. Not going to be too serious or too, not too serious. But I feel like it's going to be fun. I have number 8, Thunderbolts. And I have this movie at number 8 because one, I feel like compared to all the movies that's coming out for Marvel this year, it's right where it needs to be because I feel like it's going to be a fun movie, and I feel like this movie is going to be better than Captain America Brave New World because it's not going to be trying to feel like it's going to be bigger than it has to be. I feel like Captain America gives that political thriller, ooh, this is so thought-provoking type of message or whatever, a social commentary on the world. Thunderbolts is gonna be a fun movie. And the asterisk thing that they're doing with the whole Thunderbolts title, I feel like it's a cover for Dark Avengers, which I feel like people have theorized already. And I know Sentry is supposed to be in this movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing Sentry and seeing what they're doing with these characters. And I'm actually wanting to see Yelena, because I'm actually a fan of Yelena's Black Widow. So, yeah. For number 8, I have Thunderbolts, because Thunderbolts, I have it over F1, and I have over F1 because I feel like Thunderbolts is going to be a fun movie. And I feel like that's more up my alley when it comes to, action, superhero stuff. with racing is going to, I feel like I want to watch more racing movies, but I feel like in terms of like what I'm most excited for, Thunderbolts like makes it like by this much. But yeah, at 8 I have Thunderbolts. At number 7 is a movie that I'm excited for, mainly just for the actor and kind of for the vibe of the movie. I watched the trailer for it recently. We got Mickey 17. I feel like this movie's gonna be good because the trailer looks really like has that kind of like sci-fi but like 70s like 80s type feel, which I really like. The director, Bong Joon-ho, is that his name? I don't know if I butchered it, but I know he's like a big director. I haven't seen none of his work. I don't think. I haven't seen Parasite, so I don't know like how he is as a director. But from what I've seen in the trailer, it looks really interesting. Like the CGI looks good and like the sci-fi vibe. I'm just a sci-fi dude. Like I love sci-fi movies like Terminator, Back to the Future, Nope, like just shit like that. That thing. Like I just like shit like that. So I feel like this movie can be up my alley for the sci-fi vibe and the fact that Robert Pattinson is the main actor, and it's like the whole movie is supposed to be about like this whole like cloning thing where it's like duplicates and shit. It's gonna be fun. So at number 7, I have Mickey 17. And at my number 6 is a movie that I wouldn't even initially even put on my top 10. Probably not even. I probably wouldn't even watch this movie on a normal day. But I got to watch the first part of the movie, or the first half of the movie, when it came out this year or last year, technically. And I liked it. So I feel like the second part is gonna be really good, and I feel like you kind of get what I'm about to say. So for my number 6, I have Wicked for Good, which is the part 2 for Wicked, which I didn't know when we watched Wicked. I watched it with my girlfriend. When we watched Wicked, I didn't know it was a part 1. So when I like was watching and sitting there, I'm thinking it's gonna be like this one movie, Wicked, and then it just says Wicked part 1. I was like, oh, it's a part 1, and I'm just like, okay, interesting. I feel like that's gonna be a, I feel like it set up a lot of stuff too in the movie, and I feel like the world building in that movie was really interesting for like the Wizard of Oz theme and stuff like that. And I'm usually not like a musical type person, but I liked it. I like Disney like type musical stuff, but like when it comes to like just regular musicals, I don't really go for them. But Wicked was good, and I liked the actors that were in the movie. They're pretty good. So yes, and also Wicked, it's very like has a lot of social commentary, which I really liked about the movie, like the whole taking flight and her feeling different because she's green, and the animal storyline. Like it was good shit. So yeah, Wicked for Good at my number 6. Get some water. So at my number 5 is a movie that I didn't think was going to come out this year, but I'm glad it is, because we needed a sequel for this movie for a long ass time, and yeah, we've been needing a sequel for this movie. But at my number 5, I have Zootopia 2. Yeah, Zootopia. I love the first Zootopia. It was a great movie. I love the social commentary of like the animals and like the races and like everything. I just love the movie. The movie was fun. And out of all like the Disney, like all the newer Disney projects, like the Disney, like what was it, like Moana and all the like Inside Out. Like I like Inside Out, Soul. Like I feel like they've come out with like newer anime movies that I've liked. But out of all the ones that I've seen them come out with, I've loved Zootopia. Like Zootopia and Inside Out were like my 2 that I really like. So Zootopia 2, really excited for it. And I feel like it's gonna do a lot. I feel like it's gonna do really good, because Inside Out 2 did crazy in theaters. And I feel like Disney's gonna come back with their like animation movies this year, and probably gonna like really strengthen like the story and the quality of them. So looking forward to Zootopia 2. Yeah. And my number 4, hurt my stomach. I don't know if y'all heard it. But I'm a number 4, which is kind of fitting actually. That is my number 4. But it's a movie that I'm excited for because it's finally the time they get it right. So, you know, hopefully they get it right this time. So my number 4, funny enough, is the Fantastic Four: First Steps. And out of all the Marvel movies that's coming out this year, this is what I'm most excited for because Fantastic Four, like when it comes to Marvel, like I love DC. DC's my shit. But out of the like Marvel is only at at the top a little bit, like tiny bit. Like it's up there with me, up there with DC a little bit because my favorite superhero is Spider-Man, and I really do love the Fantastic Four. I've always loved the Fantastic Four. Like I love the 2000s movies with what's her name? Fuck, Jessica Alba and Chris Evans and Ian, all that stuff. I love those movies with Silver Surfer and don't get me wrong, the movies were not perfect because Doom was terrible. Galactus was a big space cloud. I hated that. But this movie might get those aspects right. And I like the vibe they're going for this movie. And what's it called? Was it called First Steps? So I feel like the title of the movie being First Steps is interesting because I feel like it's a double entendre because kind of the similar way they did with Spider-Man Homecoming, when Homecoming was like the movie that ushered in Spider-Man, but the Homecoming was like a double entendre when it was literally about the homecoming dance, but then also about Spider-Man homecoming into the MCU. So I feel like Fantastic Four being called First Steps is representing of, yes, it's coming into the MCU, but also we possibly might get an appearance, or they might introduce Franklin Richards. And if y'all don't, if you know me, like in real life, like Marvel characters that I really like, I want to see like live action, Franklin Richards is definitely up there because if you know Franklin Richards from the comics, that nigga is cracked, like literally cracked. Like I don't even know how to even put it into words, like how, like he is like God level powerful. And I want to see like that, how they raise a kid like that in live action, because I feel like it's gonna be such a funny, like it's gonna be literally like Jack. Like if you think about it, Incredibles is literally Fantastic Four. That's literally what it was. So I feel like them doing that movie for the Fantastic Four, the actual basis, the actual, inspiration of the Incredibles, doing that storyline correctly, it's going to be a good movie. And Silver Surfer supposed to be in this movie too, and he's going to be, or he is going to be a she. So who knows? It's gonna be interesting, and I feel like we might get a Doctor Doom like reveal or cameo, or a Victor Von Doom reference or something, because I feel like they're gonna set up that really early on. So when we get Avenger Doomsday, it feels like everything's felt like nothing feels out of order or feels like we're switching shit up out of nowhere, because they literally are. But yeah, I'm excited to see Human Torch, because I'm really excited to see Human Torch meet Spider-Man, because I want to see like the Spider-Man Human Torch friendship in the comics in live action. So yeah. So at number 4, I have the Fantastic Four: First Steps. And at my number 3 is a movie that, the last movie that came out for it, I wish I got to see in theaters, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't get to see it. And this time, I'm going to see this shit. Number 3, I have Avatar: Fire and Ash. And the reason I have Avatar: Fire and Ash at 3 is because I feel like my top 3 are movies that I'm definitely going to see. Like I feel like the top 10 movies I'm probably going to see, like as a whole. But the top 3, if I don't see any movie, these top 3 I'm definitely got to see. Cause Avatar Way of Water, I'm so mad I missed it. And I really wish I saw it in theaters. Cause I love the first one and I loved the second one. The second one was just beautiful. And Avatar 3 is supposed to be like about fire and, you know, them going to like a fire tribe and shit. Like, it's gonna be crazy. And it's gonna look so beautiful. So, yeah, I'm excited. And, you know, a lot of people love to like forget that this movie is entirely animated. It's CG, but that's animation. So every time y'all be saying, oh, animation and animation movies are dumb. Like, it's animated. It's stupid. Nigga, this is animated. This is animated. What are we talking about? Avatar 2, or Avatar, all the avatars, all of them, they're animated. So what are we talking about? So yeah. So I had to go on my little rant. But yeah, at number 3, I have Avatar, Fire and Ash. And at my number 2, I have a movie that I'm super excited for because I love the movie they're making this movie about. And I feel like this movie is going to do numbers because we haven't had a good movie of this person. And at my number 2, I have Michael, which is the Michael Jackson biopic we're getting, I think October. I think it's October. I think it got delayed. But yeah, I'm excited for Michael because one, they're casting his nephew to play him, Jafar Jackson, which I feel like is so fun. 2, we haven't had a good Michael Jackson movie just ever. They've always tried to make him like this crazy ass nigga when he's like this icon. He's a legend. Like no one has. There will be nobody, and I'm about to go on a tangent, and I know it's gonna be a long-winded one, but Michael Jackson is the king of pop, like forever. Like he got to a point of stardom, of popularity, of celebrity that no celebrity now has ever reached. He was doing that shit with no internet, no social media, no nothing, just off of his music. There's no nigga on this earth. There's no musician, no artist on this earth that is touching Michael Jackson, bro. I'm just being honest with you. So I feel like this movie gonna do him justice. I feel like this movie gonna actually like tell his story like fully. I don't know if that's gonna be fully true. It could just, you know, get the greatest hits. And I'm fine with that, to be honest. I feel like as long as you tell a decent story that's gonna tell his story like, you know, showing all sides, like his, you know, his childhood from the eras, all that. So I'm looking forward to it. And I am interested in seeing how they're gonna do like I'm interested in seeing which song they're picking for the movie. That's what I'm interested in seeing. Cause I feel like you gotta pick like the, ABC type shit. You gotta pick the Rock With You. You gotta have like the Thriller. You gotta have all those like iconic songs. But you gotta have like the cuts, the deep cuts. So I'm interested in seeing which like cuts they do for Michael. So yeah, at number 2, I have Michael. And at my number 1, I feel like needs no introduction, honestly, but I'm going to give one anyway. This movie is literally going to be probably the best movie of this year, in my humble opinion. So yeah, at number 1, we got Superman. Duh. Like, if you watch this channel, you know I'm excited for Superman. Like, this is a no-brainer. I'm really hoping that James Gunn like makes like the best Superman movie of all time. because we need that right now. For DC, DC is like, we got Batman down, obviously. We always got Batman. But I feel like the world of DC does not get acknowledged at all in like conversations. Like, it's always the MCU, Marvel, and Thanos, and the multiverse, and Marvel. It's like DC is the ones that started the multiverse shit. If anybody doing DC multiverse shit, it should be DC. But Superman is a movie that we haven't had in a long time. And Man of Steel, even though I like that movie as a movie, as a Superman movie, I don't really like it. Be honest. I'm not really a fan of Zack Snyder's superhero movies. But I am a fan of his Snyder Cut, Justice League. That was good. But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how James Gunn tackles this movie. I feel like it's going to be actually like adapt the character right. And like, I feel like I haven't had a superhero movie that made me feel the way I felt when I watched the 1978 Superman movie. Like, that movie, like Christopher Reeve's Superman is like how I view superheroes as a whole. Like, I think that's like the first like superhero movie I ever watched. Probably one of the first movies I ever watched in my life, I think, that I can like recall from like childhood. Like, I feel like that movie is like so like, it's so important to obviously superheroes and pop culture, but it's so important for like DC. Like, it's so important that we've had that movie be like the golden standard of what Superman should resemble. If you don't resemble Christopher Reeve a little bit, then you kind of don't have Superman, really. But just to let y'all know, when I was what? I'm like definitely not 5. When I was like 7, 8, or 9, I read this Superman book. This shit changed my life, bro. Like, that, like, Superman is such an important character to get right, because we haven't gotten him right in a long time. And I feel like, and also this movie is important just not only for Superman, but for the fact that it's starting a whole new universe. And I really want the DCU to exist. I want it to work. I want it to be everything that James Gunn intends it to be. I want it to be fun. I want it to be action-packed. I want it to be story-driven, character-driven, all types of shit. I want it to be like, I want it to feel like the DC's equivalent to the MCU. But even better than that, because I feel like Marvel kind of like holds back on some of the comic elements, which DC, and I feel like James Gunn will want to like dig into more. Like, I feel like with the trailer for Superman, with the kaiju and all that type of shit, like, I feel like Superman is going to actually like delve into like that Silver Age like feeling of comic books, and I really want that in like I really want that in the DCU. So I'm really looking forward to Superman. Like, as obvious, my most anticipated movie of the year is Superman. It will always be Superman until they come out saying that movie ass. Like, if they come out with that movie saying that Superman is ass, in my whole channel, bro. In my whole channel. But I'm really excited for Superman, and yes, my #1 movie. So for my most anticipated movies of 2025, we got at number 10, Captain America Brave New World. At number 9, F1. We got at number 8, Thunderbolts. We got at number 7, Mickey 17. We got at number 6, Wicked for Good. We got at Zootopia at number 5. We got at number 4, Fantastic Four, First Steps. We got at number 3, Avatar, Fire and Ash. We got number 2, Michael. And at number 1, we got Superman. And that's my top 10. I hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you leave a like, comment, subscribe. And, you know, until then, see y'all niggas.